Hi everybody, welcome to Live with Chaudhry here at Bio 2022 in San Diego. It's day one and I'm delighted to be joined by Patrick Bucklen from IPS Integrated Project Services. And he's going to tell us a bit more about IPS and also what they're talking to delegates about this week at Bio. So first of all, Patrick, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
And now, the show's been on for a few hours. How's the exhibition gone so far?
So far, the attendance has been really good. We're starting to see a lot of people out and about. I think in our current, mid-COVID situation, people seem to be out and about, and the attendance looks really good. The entire booth is filled up. So things seem to be like it's going to be a good week for us.
Fantastic. Now, for people not familiar with IPS, Integrated Project Services, can you give me a quick overview of the business?
Sure. Now you're talking about something I like to talk about. So IPS, we're a service provider. We're in the business of designing, building, and qualifying pharmaceutical, life science manufacturing facilities. So our customers are the people that you see around here, Avid Bioservices, Amgen, people like that. And so, the work that we do is really helping them to bring their innovation around the products that they're developing to market. And so that's really what the focus of our company is. We've been in business for over 30 years. We've grown really significantly over the last few years with some recent mergers and acquisitions. And so as a result, the organization has grown to be over 2,800 people, and I'm really excited about what our future looks
Fantastic.
like.
So tell me more about why you're here though, specifically.
Sure.
Bio this week.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're really trying to accomplish this week is about 7 years ago, I started coming out to the West Coast to open an operation for IPS in the West Region. Predominantly as a company, we had always been an East Coast centric business. We didn't really have a presence on the West Coast. There's a reason why people say East Coast and West Coast. It's different. We were not a brand recognized service provider here in the West. And so when I started coming out here and doing work with Amgen and a few other companies, we said, if we're going to be considered a global business and be one of the premier service providers in the world, we have to have something west of Indiana. So 7 years ago, we put a stake in the ground in Irvine, California to start our first office in the West Region. Today, we're north of 115 people in the West Region with 2 offices. The main office is in Irvine, California, and we just recently, during COVID, opened up our Emeryville operation, which is to show you that not every decision we make is a great one. We opened up an office during the middle of COVID. We weren't able to get in there, but I'm really excited that we have a Emeryville office, which allows us to be able to target the customers up in the San Francisco Bay Area for a lot of the early phase discovery type work. So we've got about 30 plus people up there as well.
That's great. Now you mentioned that obviously there are differences between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Yeah.
So over the last 7 years you've been setting up a business on the West Coast. Have many challenges come to you from West Coast customers which have been a bit different to what you'd have expected from the East Coast?
Yeah, part of it has just been the culture and the actual execution of the work, getting to know the customers out here, getting to understand the values of what they expect out of their service providers. In terms of the work itself, we're finding a lot of early phase type work that comes from San Diego and San Francisco, those early clinical trials, the phase 1s and phase 2s that, outside of Boston on the East Coast, we don't see a whole lot of. So in terms of some of the projects that we complete, they are different because they've got different sets of expectations and requirements because, the early phase work, they're looking to try to really focus the cost to be very cost effective, but yet not overcomplicate and overstress the requirements to be able to make a facility to to put product into it. So, you know, it's been different, it's been innovative in terms of, you know, the things that our customers are asking us to do during this COVID time period.
And what sort of innovative things have they asked you to do in that period?
Yeah, so the biggest issue that all of us are dealing with right now is how long do projects take? How much do they cost? And trying to deal with a lot of the supply chain issues that a lot of the equipment vendors and the suppliers, as well as some of the labor markets, are dealing with. And so our customers, they want price certainty. They want to know that if they're going in for a number, that the number is a good number. And to be able to do that, you know, you really need to start looking at different strategies of how do you contract and get people to be able to give you a hard price. And so some of the things that we've started to look at, which is we've kind of flipped the paradigm where a lot of times, you know, where you might look at later in a project to start ordering equipment, we're ordering equipment day one because the supply chain raises a concern around parts and different commodities that go into making the equipment, and as a result, they can create delays for the project. But once we get that contracted and we get that finalization of the pricing, we have some level of certainty. So we've actually started to kind of flip the way that we do projects and look at kind of pulling everything forward. Different strategies around, some customers are considering, you know, looking at a sunk cost and say, like, maybe we should go and we should acquire space and start ordering commodities, just getting bulk things that are creating challenges for a lot of companies to get hands on, like stainless steel piping and valves and instrumentations and things of that nature, going ahead and just buying those early so that way you have that available in order to be able to get that done. And you know, yeah, it requires a little bit more of a first cost investment, but it locks you in, it gives you those things to be able to give that certainty that you're looking for.
Brilliant, well thank you for giving that overview. So Patrick, if you want to know more, where do they find you here at the show?
Sure, so we are located at booth 1645. We're here all week. You know, stop by and say hello, we'd love to talk. You know, if there's anything that we can do, you know, we would love to try to help spread the word about how IPS is really trying to conquer the West and spread our brand to the Western community.
Brilliant. And if people can't make it to Bio this week, where else can they meet you?
So they can meet me through LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn as well. They can do an inquiry at our website at www.ipsdb.com, and you can fill out, you know, what you're looking for or who you would like to reach out to, and that would be something that you know, would get directly to us.
Brilliant. Well, look, Patrick, thank you for taking the time out to talk to me. There you go, viewers. If you're here at the show, come and check out the IPS booth. If you can't make it, then get in touch with LinkedIn and check out the website as well. So, Patrick, once again, thank you for your time. It's lovely to meet you and have a great show this week.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you for watching. Until next time, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.